Action.
Hi everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to heat emboss your download digis that you get from Oddball Art Company. Um, First you would just select an image that you like and purchase it, and then you would download it onto your files, and then from there you would print it up on your printer paper, which I like to use this cardstock. It's sold at Walmart. It's $5.95. It's a good premium cardstock. It really holds color and it holds water really well. It doesn't come bubbling up unless you overwork it, which you can overwork any kind of paper. And so what I did was I used archival ink to stamp my words and stuff on my images when I use it, which in this case you would just print up your image like I've done here. And I went ahead and pre-colored her face because I used Rembrandt polycolored pencils on here. And what I did was, pre-start it because I'm going to walk you through the steps using the H2O Twinkling watercolors here, which they are awesome. If you want a light watercolor, as soon as you spray them, let them set just for a little bit, and you can use them and they're real weak like a watercolor. But if you want intense, wet them, let them set probably 5 minutes, and they'll get real thick and real dark, intense color. Awesome product. Okay, so what you will need is your Versamark because we'll be stamping images onto her hair. So I use Versamark. Embossing patterns on her, I used the clear, and then I used the Joann's pink, and then I used this one I have got a long time ago, and you see I've still got a lot more to go. And this is black. Okay, so we're going to get rid of all this. We won't be demoing anything with this because this is for when you get done. If you were to move on to the next stage, like I've done here on this card, then you would use Start Travel where I put the background onto mine. Okay, so we're going to get started. What you're going to need to do, and you also need a clean, dry brush to try to wipe off the excess of the embossing, a gel pen, and a mark off so when you transfer it to your page to make the edges, the black eyelining for the eyes, a clear embossing pen, a watercolor brush for your H2O twinklings. Okay, on the clear brush, very important, if you use the green one, when you heat set it, if you use white or pink, it's going to show green through it. So don't use it. You're going to be very disappointed. And no matter how much you try to cover that up, that green's going to show through. So use a clear. And if you're using black, it's perfect for black. Anything that's rich in pigment, it's good for. But anything light, opaque, don't use it because it will show green, and they tell you that too. So, okay. So we're going to get started. Well, first we're going to color the green real quick, the bow and the little stripe, and then we're going to move into taking a Versamark and stamping and embossing. And the reason we don't color her hair first is we want to emboss it first so that it can be raised up, and when we come back and paint, the paint will go lower, and then it will create illusion of 3D effect. Like on here, if you look, it's bubbled up. It's a 3D look. Okay, so we're going to do the green, and I've already put water in the cap, and I use a water brush without any water in it because I like to control it. And then I just use my stamping block. I need to come in here. It's so easy. It's very relaxing, actually. I go darker, so I'm not going to wipe off. Anytime you want to go lighter, wipe it off on your block to go lighter. Otherwise, you can just continue on straight out of the cap if you're going to go dark like I am here. Okay, it needs a little more water, so too thick. And if you find it's getting too thick, just come in with a little bit of water. As you see, it'll just clear out. And then you can create shadows with H2O. Just keep applying it. Allow it to dry, and then come back and apply it. Like right now, I'm just going to go in here, and I'll probably come back. When I clean my brush, all I do is stick a wet baby wipe it onto the wet baby wipe. And there you go. Now I'm going to come in with the pink for the heart. Oh, I forgot to do the green down here, so I guess I will go back to the green. And this is the image number 99 by Lizzy Love. Love, love, love her stuff. As you can see, I need a wetter. I let my baby wipe get too dry. If your baby wipe gets too dry, it won't clean it good. So, and I was playing earlier making one, so I let it get too dry. As you can see by my hands, I've been busy. Okay, come in here with the green. These images are just so easy to color. You don't have to worry about making sure you stamped it right. Did the ink go too dark? All that's taken care of for you. Accidentally got. I hate when that happens, but the good thing is it wipes up real quick. Okay, so make sure this is good and clean. Okay, now we're going to go, and this is how, oh, by the way, the H2Os, they come in these little cake pan things, and they're real hard, and you would put the water in them, like I said, and let it set to activate them. And they have the most prettiest colors. I have lots of them. I love them. And then you just, look on the back, and they'll tell you what color they are. If they're a shimmer, they're just really fun to work with. Eye candy, ladies, eye candy. Okay, so now we're going to move to our doing her hair. I'm going to move all this aside. Oh, we need it. Okay, so basically you're going to take your image, and don't be afraid to use an image that you have. That this is a tree, but it makes the most prettiest swirls for hair. Think outside the box. Just use your images for different things that you can have fun with. Always be willing to think outside the box with your stamps, because as much as they cost, you want to get as much use out of them as you can. Now notice when I stamp this, it's going to come out around here, and I'm okay with that because I'm going to cut her out and put her on something else. But if I did not want her to come out that way, you would take a piece of paper and you would just put it over, stamp, and it wouldn't come out. But I'm not that picky. I don't have a problem with it, and I just want to make sure that I don't go onto her face, that's all. Which I will go ahead and just make sure it don't go in her face. Because you know how that works. As soon as you say something like that, it will happen. Okay. Stamp as much of the stamp as I can get. Press down. You'll hear like a sticky sound. That's just the Versamark sticking to the page when you lift it up. As you can see, it's on there. Come back and get more, because the key is to have it good and wet. Otherwise, it's not going to hold. And I don't want to get on my bow, so I'm going to come in here as much as I can and prevent it from going on my bow. Working in a small area here. Let's go this way. Okay, and then we're going to come over here, and we're going to press down. Okay, now I'm going to come over here with the edge, and on this little area, one little speck of hair there. Put a little curl. Okay, I don't know if you're going to be able to see that really good. It's probably not going to show up on here. And then make sure you wipe your stamp off right away, because the Versamark will make it sticky and tacky. But anyway, you can see it's like swirl there. So then I'm just going to come in with my pink. But before I do, I'm going to take my dryer sheet, and I'm going to rub where I don't want it to be on my image. Although you do this, you're still going to get flyaway flakes. I don't care. How much you do this, how much of a pro you are, they're going to come there. You just can't stop it. Because when the heat sets on it, starts drying, it throws them out. So you can't really control that. Oh no, I just did that on top of my green bow. It doesn't dry. It's probably going to stick to my green bow. Nope. A little bit. And make sure you tap it. I really beat the daylight side of it, to be honest with you, because I tried lightly tapping it like they said. It didn't work for me. I just beat it up. Beat that bad puppy. And get in the habit of always closing your embossing fluid, putting the powder up, because you'll forget it, hit it, on the floor it goes. Okay, and then I take a dry brush. And you see how it's stamped on the outside? I don't care about any of that stuff. But where it went on my bow, I don't want it on my bow, so I'm going to wipe it off. And then I'm going to come down here and just to make sure it don't get on the face or anywhere I don't want it. And I'm going to clean it off. And it's a good thing to do your face before you start, because if it's white, you're not going to be able to see it. As this kind of gives you a little bit more playing room. Okay, there's two ways to heat this. You can heat it from underneath or on top. If you do underneath, it's going to raise it up. And you just want to start. I'm trying to show y'all as it's happening. And just keep moving it. You don't want to leave it setting there because you will burn your paper. But this also keeps less flyaways too. And if you got any out on the side like I did, because I didn't care that it ran over, just hit it with the heat gun so that it doesn't fly back onto your page. And then I just, as you can see, it heat set. I go back over the top just to make sure. Okay. And this type of heating embossing, you'll notice it's not like a smooth look. It's got like little bubbles in it. It's like a texture kind of thing. I really like it. It's really cool. Okay, so the next thing would be, if you wanted to come and emboss the images, say if you wanted to do the black on here, you could come in with your pen and we'll do her little body. Everywhere you want black, just go with your clear embossing. Now, if you're wanting fine lines, I don't know if there's a pen that's sold out there. I have one that says fine lines, but no matter how I did it, I never did get fine detail lines on it. The heating emboss, when it heated up, it would just expand out. So maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. There's so much to learn, and I'm not claiming to know it all. I just wanted to show y'all how I did my images, because it kind of like gives you more playing room. The more things you can do with your images, the more you're going to enjoy them, the more you're going to use them. Okay, I'm putting the black on, and then I'm going to tap it downwards, away from the face, always away from the face, because, like I said, beat it good. And then I'm going to pour it back into the bottle. And you just use copy paper or use coffee filters. They're really good to use. But I'm just too lazy to get up and go get them. I am what you call a lazy crafter. Okay, so as you see, I'm going to make sure, always, every time you do anything, go back and check your face. See the little specks there? because as soon as you heat that dryer up, they're going to be on there permanently. Okay. Okay, now we're going to, now you saw me heat it from underneath, and that's really cool, and I'm going to show you on top. Okay. And there you have it on top. Now, you can continue on and go around the face like I did her. I went around her face, her hair with it, and outlined her hair. Okay, well, we're going to do the heart and the bow. On the heart, you're just going to cover it inside because we're going to use clear. And then on the bow, and you see how pretty that H2O is? Just so pretty. Sparkly. Just love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. And then I need, before I forget, okay. And if you go a little too far out, like I did on the black, that's why I always have a black. Okay. Okay. So now we put that on there. We're going to come in with our clear. Sprinkle it on there. On the heart. Okay. And again, away from the face. Tap it. And if you do something and you, after you do it, you see you miss places, you can always go back and do it again. And you can add more and make it thicker and get a 3D look. As you see. Okay. Okay. I don't know if you can tell or not, but see, it's all done. Real nice, shiny. Okay. And then her hair, we're going to come back in with the pink. And we're going to color it in with our H2Os, twinkling H2Os. And you just color right over what you embossed. Don't worry about it. It's not going to hurt it. And you notice I didn't do the outline of her hair because you really want to do that part last. And you would just go right over the line with the embossing pen, with the clear, or you could use the green because you are doing black. And then you would just add your embossing thing and heat and set, and then you would make your outlines. And I just like to kind of like rough do it the first time around and let the ink set up. And then I'll go back in and where I want it darker, make it darker. If I want it lighter, I'll make it lighter. Because you can shade with these H2Os. They really are good for shading too. And don't forget, you can color your white flowers to match your, if you want to add flowers and make this into a canvas, you could add your white flowers on there. And then you could color them with these also so that you have a match. Isn't that pretty? She's looking so adorable. Just love these images. I don't care what kind of day you're having. There's an image there that fits the mood and it brightens your day. Just pick one and go for it. Play with your supplies. See what all you can do with them, because I'm sure there's many things that I've not even discovered yet, but I plan on it. Okay, now that we've colored it. And see, for me, if you get an image and you want to cut it out and it's got a lot of fancy where if you cut it, it's going to make it flimsy, I try to turn it into part of the hair and then just cut it out. Because when you cut it out and you put it on your page, it's thicker, it's easier, you don't lose it. Because, not everybody can fussy cut little tiny things. It's very difficult to do. So just add on to it or take off. But it doesn't mess up your image. Okay, and we'll just do this one more piece here. Sorry, you hear my dog, but
23.
It's pretty loud. Okay, so basically, that's how you would do her. And then if you wanted to continue on, you would go ahead and bring in, like I did, I came in with the clear pencil, went around her hair, her face, and I got that 3D look. But that's how I heat emboss. I hope you enjoyed this and that maybe it would help you be creative and give you an idea how to do it. And I'll just show you one other example real quick where I took and I embossed her totally with embossing. I embossed hearts, I embossed her dress. I don't know if you can tell. Her face, everything. I just went crazy just to see how far I could push it. So, that's an option too. And as you see, I embossed on the page. I did all kinds of embossing just to see how far I can go. And the texture is awesome. But if you can see when I did the clear, the whole face and all, kind of gave it a special effect. I mean, it's really cool. But if you do this way, you kind of don't want to do all the dress line detail embossing because it's too powerful. It really messes up the image. Okay, well, I hope y'all enjoyed and look forward to seeing some of your art posted. Have a blessed day.